Path of Building is here, boys, and it's so good. I know what you're thinking, this is too complicated for me. And it probably is. Like, look at all this like what even is all this stuff? Like, what the fuck? But for people like you and me that don't know that much about this game, you can still use this for your own benefit. First of all, what is Path of Building? Well, it's this little software you can get to check all the things about your build. You can essentially copy paste your build, put all the traits that you have, put all your items you have, put all your skills you have with everything, and use this to calculate the damage you are doing. It's very easy to get. You can just go inside of your browser, just search for Path of Building in Google, Path of Building POE2, and you can just go in here, go to releases, GitHub, and then you can just download the latest version here on the bottom and then install it. So after you install it, there's a lot of things you can actually start doing. This is very useful because first of all, you can put your entire tree, you can change it how many in the best ways you want. You can see, for example, if you have your full setup, you can check, okay, let's say that instead of getting this, for example, setup that I have here for this traits, I'm gonna make it disappear. I'm doing 62k damage right now. I can just make it disappear. I'm gonna, well, what if I get this instead? It'll tell me 61k. Actually, it does less damage. So, maybe it's not as good of an idea to actually do that instead. So I'm just gonna go back here and put this. And you can use this for anything you actually want. You can do this for checking your defensives as well. You can be like, oh, maybe I don't want this. How much would it be if I actually make this disappear instead of having it? And I would lose 4,000 evasion rating for not having this and 2,000 energy shield. So yeah, a good amount. So this is actually very much worth it. And you can do this for whatever you actually want. You can actually go into your items, create your own setup by going here. Oh, also, you have your you can create different sets for your own passive tree. You can go here, manage passive trees, and you can create one for yourself, a new one. You can, for example, copy the one. Let's say that I want to copy this one, but this is the one that I'm using right now, Invoker 3. And I can use this, boom, to change a few things on Invoker 3. Let's say that instead of having this, I don't actually want it, but instead I want to go here. I can now change between Invoker 3, Invoker 2, and check the damage difference that's gonna make. So pretty cool. Actually, I don't even think this is that much worth it. Maybe I should change this. You maximum power charges. I don't know. I'll think about it. Craft item, going into anything you actually want to do. For example, let's say a crossbow. Select the base that you want, as every base has different attributes as well. And then create the perfect rune that you want, the perfect prefix that you want, the perfect suffix, and compare this to see how much damage you would do in each situation. For example, I was doing this myself with my quarterstaff, going in here and checking how much damage I would lose or how much damage I would gain, but instead of putting 20% increased physical damage on my runes, if I had attack speed, for example, and you can see here how it will actually change for 20% damage. I'm gonna go in here, put an attack speed on everything, then save, and you can see how I lost so much damage to 51,000 damage per second. Absolutely way worse. And you can do this the same thing for your prefixes and suffixes. For example, I was like, oh, do I get myself some add to physical damage, or do I get myself some add to sliding damage? And then boom, you can see how I lost an insane amount of damage. So this is super useful to see exactly what you would want in your build. That reminds me, I need to change this because adds 22 to 31 damage sounds horrible now that I think about it. Oh god, I need to get rid of this. You can do the exact same thing for your skills. And this is one of my favorite things, because honestly, guys, checking your skills and whatever you actually will need is super annoying. Because, hey, let's say that you have your, you want to upgrade your gear, you want to upgrade your gem. And you're like, oh, well, I have 2 spots here. What do I get? What can I get myself with for my ghost dance? Well, if you go into your supports, right? If you go into your support gems, right? And you click on it, you go like, oh, I want to upgrade my my ghost dance. You're only gonna get the recommended, And you're like, well, what else can I use? And you can go to all gems, but then how the fuck are you gonna know ever that any of this is good or not, or anything that can actually be used on it? And yes, you can create one, and for example, if you go to a stash, you can go into your support, and it'll tell you here on the right side when you hover over it whether it actually can be used. But this is after you actually created yourself, so it's super annoying. So instead, now you can actually go in here, click on whatever you want, in this case Ice Strike, open, and then boom, you have everything that can be used on it. And not only that, it actually will tell you whether it is an upgrade or not. If it's green, it's a very good upgrade. If it's a yellow one, it's like, oh, maybe it's kind of, maybe yes, maybe not. But if it's a red one, it's probably not worth it at all. So it's actually very interesting how it actually does this. And you can create yourself some more, and you can disable it and enable it, and this way you can actually compare with other abilities. For example, right now I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 this ones, but I could actually disable Cold Infusion, for example. Boom, it'll drop my damage, but I can enable this one instead and see how much damage it would give. It didn't do anything. That's great. That means that I probably don't want that one in particular, right? And you can just do this over and over again with all of your actual beautiful gems. It's super good, and oh my god, I've been completely nerding out with this, like the whole day, just checking out different possibilities. And you know, not only that, but I have like, oh, maybe I could use this one, and I'm gonna continue it. This is not ready, and whenever I'm done, guess what's gonna happen? I'm gonna get you guys a good build about what the perfect build for what I'm actually doing. So I'm very excited. Now, it is not perfect. For example, I'm pretty sure maybe I'm missing something, but my build, I'm only checking how much damage my Ice Strike would do. But it's not comparing everything together, because obviously I'm gonna Ice Strike, but actually I'm gonna Ice Strike onto Tempest Bell. So my Tempest Bell is gonna do some damage as well. So it would be very nice to have some sort of like, you know, I press this button, and then see how much actual damage I'm gonna do, right? But until then, it's gonna be a bit more complicated. Now, a few things that you're gonna have to consider. You actually have to go into your configuration and check everything here. How much enemy, you know, the enemy stats, the amount of, you know, power charges you have, if you use power charges, and so on. You're gonna want to go through everything here and then use this in order to check out exactly how much you require. And of course, also, you can use, if you have any problems, you can check here in the warnings, and you're gonna see that all the problems that you actually might have in your build. That being said, this is very good, and I hope it actually helps you make your build way better. And actually, not only that, but understand the game a bit better, because guess what, guys? This game is complicated. There's a lot to it, and by having something like this that you can just boom, click and unclick and stuff like this super easily, it'll make it so much better for you to actually understand how your build works, what is better for it, and I don't know, I'm super happy with it. Go install it, and obviously this is not a comprehensive guide of it right now, but I'll leave in the description down below some other videos that are more comprehensive, so you can go check them out. This is just a little bit of a, you know, a little push, so you guys can go in there, check this out with a guy who's gonna go for every little thing of it, so you can understand everything. But guess what, guys, this is very much worth it. So definitely go and do it. That being said, that's all about it, guys. Thank you very much for watching, guys. See you guys around. Love you all. Bye.